Okay, so I want to show you something here. Um, I put some oil on here, the linseed oil, and then I have blue that I put on this French marine blue. Now what I'm going to do is just I'm going to do like a forest area, trees, and then maybe some snow. Um, so I'm getting some white on my palette here. Just load you up some white. And I'm going to come in here. This is going to be my area that I want bright. Basically, I try not to lift my brush. Just kind of do X's. And as you come out this way, just kind of slowly use a little bit less pressure on your brush. Um, and just bring it right on around. And you see there's some blue, nice blue color in there. I'm just wiping my brush off real quick. Now, I'll take my 2-inch brush, come back in here, and basically we're just going to blend all this back out. Let me take my brush, just wipe it off real good here again, just on a roll of paper towel like this, and just rubbing against it. Okay, set my paper towel up here. I'm going to come back into the center section. I'm just going to blend this nice and good around here. And then just very lightly go back and forth. Now, I'm going to take just a tiny bit of this white. I'm going to go in here. I want this to be my nice little moon area. Just use your finger, put that piece in. Okay. Now I'm going to try not to blind us with this light. So you see there's a nice bright moon there. And then just very lightly blend that back out. Now I do have my window open, so some sunlight's coming in from outside. What I want to do now is I want to go into nice color here. I'm just going to take a little bit of red, a little bit of this blue. It's going to make like a purplish color. And just use it right on this filbert brush here. And I'm going to start just putting in we could do a touch of brown right now, just to give it a little flavor. So we got red, brown, and blue. Okay, so we're going to go back here in the closest area. We're just going to start at a tree here. And the interesting part here is that because it's so bright through there, you can really just you're just going to throw some more sticks and twigs back in here, maybe some distant trees. See how I just lightly show those things. Okay. And let's not forget there's probably another tree over in this area. And then some of the far back trees as well. There's just hundreds of little trees back in here. And then you can just kind of pull some branches up here and there. Okay, so let me grab just a little bit of white. I have another brush here that I'm going to do my white with. And just grab a little bit of white here on. So I loaded on the edge of this brush, and then we're going to come in here. Just start sketching in a little bit of snow here and there. some way back in here. See, if you just lightly, once you get rid of some of that white, you can just lightly scrub back in there. And you see this, you'll have a little bit of light that'll probably hit. Maybe a little shadow of the snow here and there. Maybe it just comes straight on out. And maybe this is just a nice little area here. And you don't have to worry about this area because we're going to throw a few more trees and stuff back up in here. Maybe there'll be just, you know, touch of fog, something that will catch your eye back in here. Maybe there's, you know, a couple of snow up in the trees, different areas. And just kind of tap some of this in there. A little something for the snow to lay on. You know, maybe there's still a couple of things that the birds and stuff, they can still set in these branches. A couple of leaves that have hung on through the fall. So as you can see, you start taking this and the white that I put here makes that sun kind of come through those trees, which is what we want. Okay, so let's push this tree on back a little bit. See how I did that? You just kind of go across it with a little bit of that snow. And because that snow is kind of behind this tree, there wasn't much light hitting that area. But now you come up in front of it and just take a little bit of snow and let it come out here in the middle like this, you see. Let that snow, maybe there's a little hill there. See, that's kind of cool looking. It gives you a lot of stuff that you can actually see there. Now let's come back in here. This whole thing is going to be trees, and then we're going to add a little bit more brown to this blue and dark color here. Your trees are still going to be a little far away, but maybe there'll be another tree that comes down in here. It's a little bit bigger. Maybe the branches still stick up here. Okay, these are really fun to do because you can make your tree so cool looking. Maybe a little shakiness. You see, I'm super shaky right now, but okay, maybe see how that just comes out there and it's kind of bumpy through here, kind of cool looking. I think we'll throw a little bit more. I don't want this to be just dead, so I'm going to throw a little, bring it a little bit more to the red. As you get a little closer, you may have some red. Maybe there's a stump that just kind of is sitting here. Maybe that tree had been knocked down. See, you got a couple little highlights there and there. maybe there's another tree back in here. Just kind of sets out here in front of this. A little bit more of that brown. Don't forget, we want to keep going back and forth here, so I'm going to bring some more of this white back in here. Get our, yeah, maybe this snow just is kind of smooth here. You see there's a little bit more of a plane here. You see the blue that I put under here is kind of giving us a nice little shadow behind the snow. Sun's hitting it right through here. The moonlight is hitting through there. And then you have some blue that separates your hills. You know, maybe this one has just snow that has set up in here like this. These are cool little paintings because it doesn't really take a whole lot to do these. This is a black canvas, makes it easy for us to work with. Maybe back through here, you know, there's still quite a bit of darkness through behind this tree here, just to give it some excitement. See, you back in here, maybe there's some bears and stuff that live back in there. I think we also should come in here. I'm just going to bring some of this dark blue color, because there will be maybe back in this area. You see, I'm going to just throw in a couple bushes and stuff here. Make it interesting. It gives you a nice blue filling right here. But since it's kind of far back, we're just going to do it like that. Maybe pull a little bit of this color out from here. Yeah, and that just kind of sets in there like that. Okay. See right in here, there's a couple little spots where maybe some animals had come through here and was stepping in the snow. It's just interesting. I had to give you something to, but isn't that cool the way that there's just blue, nice blue area. Oh, you know what? Maybe as you're walking through here, maybe in this area, right in here, maybe that is just like a little pond or stream that is here. Okay, so I pull straight down, come across to give it a water sheen. Okay, and then we get our bright, our nice white color back here. And we just, maybe this bank comes right back up against here. Okay. Okay, maybe something like that. And the thing is that it's probably just a little puddle that had stayed right there. Okay, a little puddle that just kind of formed out here. And we're just gonna kind of, you know, when you're going through the woods, maybe there was a little creek or something that used to run through here. So, and now we take our, we're gonna need a little knife here. Just grab a little bit of this, a little bit of this blue color. Let's just, I'm thinking that, you know, there's probably caused a little bit of an edge to be here because there's probably some dirt and stuff that still got built up on this part here. Okay, so you see you got just a little bit of area there. Maybe here. The thing is that you want this to be kind of straight across, because as you can see, so there's a little, so you can see there's a little tiny piece of little tiny bit of land there that comes down, and there's the little puddle here. So what we're going to do here is just kind of, you know, you'll have a little bit of this this thing here that would just, you'll be able to see that it's water here. That's all. Maybe a little ice had formed on the front of this. And normally you'll see an edge right at the edge of this water, so the little cracked ice and stuff like that. Okay, so now we can see that is a little pond. Okay, that looks good. Now we'll go back in with our trees because we do want to keep that going. Maybe right in this area here. Kind of make, I think there's going to be a tree that just comes, as we're getting closer, of course, these trees are just getting a little bigger. Don't forget the little squiggly branches. This tree probably has had a hard life sitting out here in the snow this whole time. Good. Get us a nice little spot here. I think it probably is one that comes on down here. We don't put a lot of pressure on right here yet. It does have some good branches and stuff that comes off of this. Maybe there was some tree branches comes out here. Get one that comes out in front of that, kind of pulls it closer to us. You see that's way back there now. I think I'm gonna make this another big arm that comes out over here. See, because this, you know, that's a big tree that just, and maybe it's growing. Yeah, see, that looks better now. And you can just do that. make it look really cool. I tell you what, maybe there's just ones that have just sat here and they tried to grow, but these animals keep coming up and breaking them off. And maybe there's another tree that just kind of sets up in front of this bush here. Not quite as big, but definitely a tree that has been up in here. Maybe it goes on up. So you pick up a little bit of that snow color and just kind of put it as highlights in here. And then get some more of that dark color. Go back to that Van Dyke brown. And here, there's another tree that just grows up in here. Okay, so we've got quite a bit of light coming from here. I think we're going to go ahead and extend. Take this brush here, because I think this puddle take a little bit of this blue. Okay. Just come across. This is going to be another little puddle that is here. We just have a couple puddles back to back, okay? So come back into this white. And the reason, you see the reason that it's got these puddles is because there's a little bit of a downgrade to this ground. And it just comes right in there. Okay, so as you can see, we gotta have maybe another little hill that comes in and comes into this. And each time you want to put another little plane or a hill, you just pick up some more of that white. You just come in here like this. And just bring that white on down. And then maybe this just starts flattening back out. Okay. It's interesting. I hope you guys are having fun with this. Don't forget to subscribe and like my channel, um, you can start seeing more things. Over on YouTube, I'm probably going to shorten this up for YouTube maybe, but this is definitely going on Facebook. But don't forget to like and subscribe so I can just keep doing these videos. Maybe I can get better equipment or something one day and have it where we can really, everybody can see well and the camera's quality is great. Maybe I can have a team of people that actually work with me. But it'll all be fun one day. Now I'm just going to go ahead and grab some of this white and just come back in here. And this just helps me clean this edge up. I'm using the small part of my knife, which is okay. It's just going to help us keep this bottom edge of this nice and straight, okay? And see, maybe I'm just going back and forth. You want to kind of go back and forth because you don't want, see, now that's like a little frozen area. Okay. So now you got two little ponds that are coming through there, just, well, little mud puddles, as I said before. We're going to bring some more trees, but I'm going to work with this knife now and start getting crazy. First thing we want to do, come in here, give me a little bit more of this white, and just kind of clean up the edges of these trees. Okay, that'll give you a little bit of the tree shadows and stuff there. We'll bring a couple of them out this way. Okay. Now, next thing I need to do, I just had to make sure I didn't have a bunch of paint underneath my thing there. I need to wipe this brush off because I'm going to load up some more white. I haven't painted here for a little while, so bear with me. I'm going to start putting some highlights on some things so it really brightens everything up. I'm going to try not to kill all of our things that we put in here because we don't want to do that. Wipe off this big brush. Whenever you're painting in oil, I don't suggest this in acrylic, but when you're painting in oil, you can just keep wiping your brushes off on the roll of paper towel instead of washing your brushes. That gets a little tedious. Right now I'm just going to throw some more white on here so we don't run out of white. But you'll see what I do here in a minute. I'm going to put a little pink hue to the front of these trees, I think, to give it some highlight. That'll just give us another little color. Maybe put some blue in the back of it for shadow. But now that you've got some trees that are far back, we're going to come up here and we're going to start putting something a little bit bigger. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and come right here and get me a nice big tree here. Now this is going to be a nice big tree. And I'm probably going to have to get some more brown because I kind of, this one's just going to go right off of the, right all the way to the top of the canvas because we're getting about as big as you can get right now in this area. Let this tree get bigger as we get down here. And this I tell you, and you can do whatever color you want here. It's pretty crazy because I could put purple or blue or any color I want, just because it's your canvas. You can do whatever colors. If you look at some of my other paintings, I did one just recently where a lot of the trees and stuff, they ended up being pink and red and all kinds of colors. So now what I'm going to do is grab me just a little bit of this white, throw a little bit of regular red in here, just to change it up a little bit. It's going to be a nice pinkish color. Okay, so this is going to be my highlight. I'm just going to come in here, grab this tree, and you just kind of give it a turn just so that it looks like it's round, you know. So as you see, I just pull and kind of pull upward and all the way. Okay. It's not going to hurt to go ahead and go all the way that way. So you see that really brightened this up now. It's not going to hurt to go ahead and do a little touch up here and there on some of these. See, this tree branch is kind of up that way, and then you got a little bit here in the front. See this, I didn't pull on this one, I just kind of touch it and let the other paint pull some off here and there. I didn't want as much highlights on this one because it's further back. I'm going to go ahead and use the small side of this knife. I want to come in and just kind of, you know, the one that had fallen down. It has just a couple little highlights on that, but for the most part, that's just so that you could see that tree had fallen. And this one here, maybe there's a little touch of this highlight here, comes down, and maybe it's like this. It's kind of like you're doing mountains, but the highlights is you got to make sure you don't get rid of the dark, because the dark is what allows you to see those highlights. And you can go up in here, like there's the tip of a little branch here that comes down, and then maybe this branch had come down and in front of this tree just a little bit. So and you can kind of just shape your tree just by doing that. I'm going to put a little bit up here because you may still see a little bit of this highlight on this branch here. You can see I still kind of grab and pull a little bit. Okay. And then this is what I was talking about. You don't want to get rid of too much of these, too much of the dark, because then you won't be able to see. Uh, you won't be able to see what you had there. We're going to keep these trees back in here kind of dark, because they're a little bit further away. This tree here in the front, I'm going to go ahead and get to my blue color and just go a little tiny bit of that white with this blue, because I want it to stay pretty dark. A blue is just helps with shadows from behind. Okay, so we're gonna go with a blue shadow here, and that just helps you see the actual I don't know why that is, but that's just something I learned from watching Bob Ross, and then ended up getting one of the brush hairs on there for some reason. So, anyways, we don't make mistakes. Because I did that, I just got to run back in here. We got this big brush here now. We can go behind this tree and just kind of straighten this out a little bit. Okay, this would be good. I get a little bit of this white, and the good thing is with this big brush you can just grab the bottom edge of this. Maybe that snow just comes down above it, in front of this. Okay. With the big brush, you can really just pull a lot of snow at one time. That's what I really like about it. So we're going to go ahead and finish this snow out. See, there's another hill that comes down and over, and then it just kind of sets down in here like this. I hope everybody's doing okay. I pray for each and every one of you to have safe holidays. Take care of your families and keep them safe. And I pray that you guys don't have any other problems with sickness, because I know that God's kept me safe so far, and I pray the same thing for you. So now I can take this and just kind of touch and put a couple more tree branches here and there. You can do this with a brush, but I figured, hey, I have this out. I have my knife out, so I might as well just throw this in here like this. Basically, these tree branches can just grow and grow and grow. Okay, I know this is this is longer than I normally run. I've been about 45 minutes. That's not too bad. But I think like maybe there was a couple sticks or something just kind of set up here, and you can kind of just pull them up. And the cool thing is, underneath this, of course, we started with a black canvas, so if you go back to this area here, you know where we put in that nice blue color, and I were to scrape, well, it will show some black color through here. So it's perfect for putting in sticks and twigs and stuff like that. And it actually almost puts a snow covering in here. See those couple sticks? Maybe you can see this one a little bit closer here. Let me show you a little bit of a close-up while we're still filming here. If you see, like right here, let's see, like right here, if I were to just scratch a couple things there, you can't really see that too well, but maybe, I mean, I have kind of a cheap TV screen, so maybe on your end you might be able to see all these that I'm putting in. But you basically just scratch to get some sticks and twigs in there. And that will be good there. I'm gonna zoom back out. Didn't want to see my big head in there, but back this back up, and maybe I'll let you see it from there, because that's pretty good zoom in. Now what I want to do, I've showed you a couple different types of trees. I'm going to take this fan brush now, and I just load up the fan brush on both sides, and I come here, and basically this one here, I'm tapping down, and this is like an evergreen tree. I mean, that's what Bob Ross always said. So I'm assuming that's like an evergreen tree. You basically just tap it down until you get the size that you want, because they're kind of furry looking trees. Okay, that's not bad, but I'm gonna get a little darker color in here. Let me take my Van Dyke Brown again. I'm gonna put that blue with it, make it nice and dark, because I believe that's what we need there. Give me some of that, maybe a little bit of white, because we're running out of white. Okay, there we go. Now, we are going to take this blue, which is up here, put it in with our Van Dyke brown. The blue will darken it up some more. So, here we go. Now, I got quite a bit back on here now. So the problem was it just kind of started picking up all that white underneath the snow. Okay, it's a little bit better. I just keep getting too close to everything and messing up the... I do have a little bit here. I mean, this tree is okay to be bent, but I want it to be, and see, we had that one tree stump behind there. But now what I'm going to do is get some of this brown, some of the white, and highlight this tree. And basically come here. We just highlight the edges of this tree. Okay, as you see, that's a nice little highlight. I also like to use the fan brush to put on my snow, but now I do see how I'm kind of coming around this tree just a little bit, so that you will see highlights on the front and back of this tree, or around this edge. We want to show a little bit of a roundness. So there we go. Now I want to get I have one other little paintbrush. I'll go ahead and get that dark color again. Some of these you have some of these tree branches that just kind of almost like vines, you know, and vines are so thick around my house, you know, they go around the tree and just kind of come out like that. See that? That's pretty cool. Maybe you'd grab that vine and swing out to the mud puddle. We used to love doing stuff like that when we were kids, but these things just have all kinds of little things hanging off of them. Just kind of okay. So now what we'll do is, that was just a couple little spots. I think I can grab a little bit of that white and just, I think we're going to highlight this one, like it just kind of comes down around here like this. Okay, and then, you know, that was the back side of that. And then Yeah, the light will probably strike on the inside edge of this one and come around here. And that's not bad. See, that gives you a nice strong tree up here in the front. Um, Here was another branch that came down here like this. Maybe there was another one. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Now, maybe here and there. There's a couple little spots of grass that okay, guys. Now, the only thing that I wanted to do here, because I don't think it's nice and bright like I wanted it. Right there in the middle. Yeah, brighten that up some more. See how if you need just a little bit of brightness, you can brighten it up back there and it'll make all this stuff here shine some more. Now, this right here where this tree is, I have to grab some more of this white, and then I have to grab the edge of this tree here. Maybe there we go. Yeah, how does that look? Now, you see how that really brightened that up? I'm going to do one more thing here, because in the snow, like maybe there was just some snow that piled up here, and it just like that. See, you can throw some extra thick snow there. What we're going to do, maybe there's some snow here. See it? Sometimes you just got to pile up some snow in different areas. Kind of gives it a little bit more excitement. Um, if you think about it, maybe right in here, maybe there was some snow that would have just set right in here like this. There we go. Now that's really nice and bright. It's making everything look so good. I think whenever you get over here, maybe there is some snow that just kind of built up here too, because maybe your deer and stuff came to this water and started drinking right on the edge, whatever whatever water they could get. So they disturbed the snow and made it build up right there. Yeah, see? You gotta think about your stories like Bob Ross always said. And don't forget, get on here, watch me paint, maybe do a little bit of painting with me. Uh, Everybody can do this, you know, so don't forget to try, okay? Um, you can get paints at Michael's or Amazon. Um, I suggest you start off with Winsor Newton um, water mixable oil paint. Uh, your first little coat that you put on here is going to be linseed oil, water mixable linseed oil made by Winsor Newton. You can cover your canvas with that first, and it'll make it where you can mix your oils on the canvas. Um, until next time, guys, enjoy your day. God bless you. Stay safe, and as always, subscribe and click the bell so that you'll be able to see each one that I do. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.